Hi, Caleb with Brownells here. And in today's quick tip, I wanted to briefly go over a topic here, and that is setting up your firearm, or setting up your AR-15 rather, for offset sights. Everything I say here also applies to the 308 platform as well. But let's jump right into it here. So what are offset sights? Offset sights, I'll use this one as an example, are sights that are on a offset plane from your main optic. So I have my main optic up top here, and then for this example I have iron sights. I have a front sight here and a rear sight, and both of them, I'll flip them up so you can see, are indeed offset. So in order to use something like this, I would have to tilt my rifle. So shooting with the main optic, let's say I want to shoot a target that's up close, and this thing here is set on full power. Or if this isn't a 1:8 and it's like a 5:25 or something like that, and I'm engaging a close target, that's when these really come in handy. All I simply have to do is rotate, get my sight picture, and fire. So a big misconception here is that they don't allow you to have a cheek weld. That's absolutely not true. As you can see, let me actually set it up for a body here. When I'm shooting and I rotate, I still maintain a pretty good cheek weld on this rifle, nice and solid. And I still have a great sight picture. So offset sights, going with the offset iron sights, that would be what I would consider one of the more affordable approaches, but not the most effective approach. I think the best way to go about it is to use something like this here. This is a Leupold Delta Point on an Arisaka offset mount. So this one here, I have it set up for lefty. So this one here, same exact situation. I'll just extend my stock a bit. So using the main optic, and all I have to do is rotate and acquire and shoot at those closer targets. So that's a really good method as well. Even though that is the more expensive method, you kind of get what you pay for. This is way easier to use, it's way faster to use. In my opinion, if you're going for speed, which is the point of an offset optic, you should go for the red dot rather than the iron sights anyway. Plus you only have one snag point versus two. And we talked about this extensively in a Smyth Buster episode that we did. I'll try and link it down below if I remember, so you guys can check that out. But whenever you're setting up offset sights, if you're doing iron sights, I recommend doing them the exact same way you would do any backup iron sight. So keep that sight radius as long as possible. To keep things more accurate, you benefit from a longer sight radius there. But as you can see back here, you have to make room for that charging handle. So it's a little bit trickier of a setup process there. Going with the red dot, you don't have to really worry about that. Now I will say, when setting up a red dot, don't put it too far back, close to your eye, but also don't put it too far forward on the handguard. It's just like using a red dot as your primary optic. If you have a red dot as your primary optic, I've done in videos in the past, talked about mounting that a little bit further forward. And the reason is because that further forward point allows your eye to focus on what it needs to focus on whenever you bring that sight up to your eye. So same process follows. Now, we'll do another video in the future here, talking about actually shooting with offset sights. And we'll do that one at the range. So if you have any questions or comments, or you're pro or con for offset sights, let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.